Have you ever looked into your newborn baby's eyes, hoping for a deep emotional connection, only to realize they are completely ignoring you and staring blankly at a boring corner of the wall? It feels kind of insulting. You spend months waiting to meet them, and they prefer drywall. But your baby isn't broken, and they don't hate you. In fact, they are working incredibly hard. Right now, their brain is trying to solve the hardest visual puzzle on Earth with a biological camera that isn't fully plugged in yet. This is the story of how human vision actually boots up and why a simple trick using stark black and white images can unlock massive early cognitive development. When a baby is born, their eyes are physically capable of seeing, but their brain's visual cortex is a complete ghost town. In the womb, it was pitch black. There was nothing to look at. So the nerve pathways, the wiring, never had to activate. Because of this, newborns can only focus on things roughly 8 to 12 inches away from their face. Coincidentally, that is the exact distance from a mother's face to her arms while nursing. Nature didn't stutter here. But everything past 12 inches looks like a smudged watercolor painting left out in the rain. Pastels, soft grays, and complex patterns just blend into a foggy soup. This is why they stare at the corner of the ceiling. It's not the wall they like. It's the stark, dark shadow line where the wall meets the ceiling. To truly understand this, let's look at the timeline of how your baby actually experiences the world during their first year. At birth, your baby sees only in shades of gray, black, and white. Their visual acuity is roughly 2400. To put that in perspective, what an adult with normal vision can see clearly from 400 feet away, your newborn has to bring closer than 12 inches to even detect. By the time they reach 2 months of age, their eyes are beginning to coordinate, tracking objects moving slowly across their field of view. This is also when the color receptors in the retina start waking up. The first primary color they unlock isn't blue or green, it is bright red. If you introduce a colorful toy with mixed pastels at this stage, it looks like a chaotic, trembling blob. But if you show them a sharp, red circle against a black background, their brain lights up like a Christmas tree. By month 4, depth perception begins to kick in, allowing them to calculate how far away an object is so they can reach out to grab it. Finally, by month 6, their visual tracking matches an adult's, and they can see a full spectrum of vibrant colors. But if we force this system to look at complex, colorful, modern plastic toys too early, we trigger a hidden epidemic in modern parenting: chronic sensory overstimulation. Have you ever wondered why your baby experiences a massive crying fit every single evening between 5 and 8 o'clock? Most pediatricians call this colic or the witching hour, blaming it on gas or a sensitive stomach. But cognitive science tells a completely different story. Throughout the day, your baby's underdeveloped visual cortex is working in absolute overdrive, trying to decipher the millions of soft colors, shadows, and messy patterns inside a modern living room. By 5 o'clock in the evening, their brain's sensory processing filter is completely exhausted. It is fried. The baby isn't crying because their stomach hurts. They are crying because their brain is literally on fire from a visual information overload. Here is the hidden superpower of high-contrast black and white images. They act as a visual sedative. Because the boundaries between a black shape and a white background are completely clean and distinct, the baby's brain doesn't have to work to process them. Photoreceptors fire cleanly without confusion. This is why placing a simple high-contrast checkerboard or spiral pattern in front of a crying, overstimulated 2-month-old can instantly quiet them down. It gives their visual cortex a peaceful, high-intensity anchor to lock onto, lowering their heart rate and stopping the neural overwhelm in its tracks. To fix this blur permanently, the brain must undergo a massive upgrade process called myelination. Think of your baby's optic nerves like copper electrical wires. Right now, they are bare and exposed. The signal moves slowly. Myelination is the process of coating those wires in a fatty insulation sleeve, which forces the visual signals to travel up to 100 times faster. But here's the kicker. This insulation process doesn't happen automatically on a set schedule. It requires a trigger. It requires high-intensity data. When a baby stares at a high-contrast black and white pattern, it sends the strongest possible electrical signal to the visual cortex. It's like hitting the gym for their brain. The sheer contrast forces the photoreceptors to fire at maximum capacity, telling the brain, hey, build insulation here, fast. So how do we use this to our advantage without overstimulating our little ones? It's incredibly simple. Instead of buying expensive, brightly colored plastic toys that they can barely decipher, print out or buy simple high-contrast flashcards. Let's establish a strict, high-yield daily routine you can start tomorrow morning. During the first 2 months, focus entirely on simple geometric shapes, a basic checkerboard grid, concentric circles, and bold stripes. Prop these cards up against the side of their changing table so they have something to study during diaper changes. During their afternoon tummy time, hold a card exactly 10 inches from their face. Slowly move it 2 inches to the left, then 2 inches to the right. Watch their eyes. You will see an intensity of focus that you've never seen before. They will lock on, completely mesmerized. You are literally watching their visual wiring build itself in real time. Do this for just 3 to 5 minutes, twice a day. As they transition into month 3 and 4, phase out the simple geometric shapes and introduce organic silhouettes, such as high-contrast shapes of animals, stars, and leaves, while introducing that first splash of bright red color. Studies show this early stimulation leads to better tracking, faster focus, and longer attention spans later on. This is just one of many small biological design flaws in human infants that we can easily optimize to give our kids a massive developmental head start. But vision is just one piece of the puzzle. Right now, while your newborn's eyes are still booting up, there's another sense already running at almost full power. One that explains why a vacuum cleaner can send them into a meltdown, but your heartbeat can knock them out cold in seconds. That's exactly what we're breaking down next. What your baby can actually hear, and the one trick that calms them faster than anything else. Educational only, not medical advice. Always consult your doctor. Hit subscribe to the Healthy Child Hack so it's waiting in your feed. See you in the next masterclass.